Hello, good stuff, family. So, midday inspiration with what's on my mind and in my heart today, the day after Mother's Day, the second Mother's Day without my mama. So, the shout out, particularly right now, goes to all of you legacies out there who spend Mother's Day without your mama physically here, anyway. And last year, the first Mother's Day without her, Leroy Community Chapel asked me to speak on Mother's Day, appropriately enough, at a beautiful women's breakfast that the elders had prayed into what the theme was going to be, and you see it scrolling at the bottom of the screen here. They wanted to reflect on the first few verses right at the very beginning of the book of Psalm. And so it was the gist is that when the tree is rooted by the water, it's able to grow and bear fruit and to be fruitful and the things that are important anyway. So we decided to speak on rooting, being willing to be rooted in the word, being willing to be pruned, which is the hard part. And then the third component, growing, rooted, pruning, and growing in the word and in Christ. So I thought this morning, I'm going to share with you all a couple little clips from that speech. This is one where I was setting up the story of how I am not a green thumb, to say the least. So my mama, I told you she passed away 8 years to the day that my dad died, and it was hard. I had moved to St. Louis to be with her. About a month and a half later, she passed. And I cannot grow anything, ironically, standing up here talking about rooting, pruning, and growing. I'm not a green thumb at all. But in my house that I got in St. Louis, had a little flower box on the railing, and I put some supposedly hard to kill flowers, they told me. And when it was so obvious that they're not that hard to kill and they were almost all dead, I just pulled them all out. And there's this dirt. And a few days later, or maybe a week later, I happened to be out, and I look, and I said, what is this? Can you show them, Chris? I'll just squat instead of walking in my heels. Look at that. Are you kidding me, you guys? Come on. I go, oh, now there's a lot of pressure because this little guy's a fighter. So, Chris, the next picture, I bring it inside. I go buy some fertile soil. I plant it ever so carefully. I'm like, please don't die. Because honestly, I felt like it was my mama. I did. I felt like she was saying, you got this, girl, get rooted. She always said, God at work. Some things like, really, Mom, even on the bad things, God at work, that was our mama. So 2 days later, I'm watering it. Is the third picture? You got it? Are you kidding me? You can't make that up. To share with all my new friends the day before Mother's Day? Come on. So every time I walk past the plant, I go, Mama! my aunt hates it. She's like, if I feel her, like in Menards in the snack section, where we love, I'll see a snack my mom loves. I'll say, Mama! She's like, knock it off. Whatever you have to do, you guys, acknowledge him. And I'm so grateful he put that in today, because when you're growing, he sends signs. He really does. And I'm like, okay, all right, I got this. I'm going to get, and then they call, obviously months later, hey, how would you like to speak on rooting, pruning, and growing? Yes, please. You see how God weaves? Happy Mother's Day, by the way, to all the mamas out there. Mama! Sorry, that was an impulse. Okay. All right, so recapping. There stands that little fighter flower, and then days later, look at how the other one bloomed back to back. You guys, like our mamas who have our backs. Sometimes I'm like, really, God? All right, I'll go with that. I'm going to go with that. Like, I got your back. Not only how our mamas have our back, but how God has our backs, right? So that was a cool speech to do for them. And again, that was a year ago. And I thought, while I have you, I just want to include one more small clip from that speech, because the part about being rooted really it's being rooted in the word, so that once we're rooted in the word becomes living word, right? Who needs that? Who needs that now? So here's one more a little shorter clip.
He changes hearts. He brings callings out of careers. He prunes us because he loves us. His pruning is his protection on our lives so that we can bear fruit in every season. Knowing this, seeing him at work in everything, this is the secret sauce. I'm convinced. The secret sauce that allows us to walk through doors where others are ushering us out. Delighting in him and his name and in his word, always ready. His word and his name always ready on our lips.
And to that point, 2 verses that came up in the less than 24 hours that I wanted to share with you here to wrap this up. I thought it was appropriate. So there was nothing in that dirt, and up came this flower. Look at Isaiah 42, 2-5. I will go before you and level the mountains. I'll break down gates of bronze and cut through bars of iron. I will give you hidden treasures. Who needs that? Isaiah 45, 2-5. And finally, this verse from the crossing, actually this Sunday, Pastor Greg at church. It's speaking my language lately. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, that new bloom. The old has gone. The ones that we pulled out, they were gone. They were dead, gone. And the new is here. 2 Corinthians 5:17. So I hope that y'all can use those verses. I hope that you can use any kind of inspiration that you found here that I had to share. And I appreciate, as always, that you guys pop in and you listen, because you know what? We know of all the things we don't understand, we know we're better together. So let's keep trying to see the good in others and being the good for them. On your mark, get set, let's go.